Hey everybody, welcome to the Good Morning from the Chicken Coop podcast. My name is Kim Johnson and I am a master mindset coach, creative strategist, and also happen to be a farmer. This is my chicken coop and I come out here every day to record a podcast, to teach distinctions, possibilities, new ways of thinking, and just bring some joy into the world. So welcome to the coop and let's start your day off in a fantastic way. Hey everybody, good morning from the chicken coop. You know, I've learned over the years that my mouth can get me in trouble. And when I was younger, I had a pretty hard time holding my tongue. I would say things, I would get myself in trouble, I would put myself in confrontational situations, and it was all because I felt like I had so much to offer and that I should do that. And, you know, I've talked on here before about how I would raise my hand constantly in class, and I always had an answer because I was always studying and I was always trying to, get the best grades, and do the right things, and I would get so upset if I didn't get called on, and it really pissed me off, quite honestly. I had all the questions, I had answers I wanted to give. I was just a very engaged person. That's how I saw it. And over the years, I have learned that sometimes there is far more power in silence, way more power. And sometimes when you stop talking, when you just disengage, when you don't give anything your verbal energy, when you don't give anything any energy like that, all of a sudden situations start to change. And I have really noticed as of late that I have actually enjoyed just not talking about things, not engaging. So if you're in an uncomfortable situation, I was in one the other day where I was out with a group of people and someone decided to comment on someone else that walked into a restaurant. And I don't engage in this. Like, I don't like to talk about people. I just don't like to do it. I'm not going to do it unless it's a very specific situation I'm being asked about. I'm just not going to sit and make commentary on people because, one, I don't know where that person has been in life. I don't know what they're going through. I don't understand where they are. So I have no business commenting on it other than to maybe say, well, I feel bad for them or I have compassion for them, but I'm not going to criticize them for where they are. But another person there had decided to make a comment about it and make a joke about it, how this person looked, and I was like, this is just not funny. And it was like put in a way that was like, oh, well, it's just joking. And I absolutely despise it when someone says that it's just joking, because you can say anything and then everybody's supposed to accept it because you were just joking. But instead of arguing that point, I simply stopped myself and I got up and I left. And I never said a word. I just got up and I left. Now, that may be shocking to some people, but I'm not going to engage in it. And I wanted to bring this up so everyone understands we have options as to how we're going to engage in things. We have options as to what we're going to do. And sometimes it's really awesome to just disengage. Just take yourself out of the situation. And like I said, the more time I get to spend on this planet, the more time I recognize there is massive power in that. Take yourself out of the situation. See, chickens do it all the time. If there's a girl that's having a problem and she doesn't want to get picked on, she doesn't put herself in a spot to get picked on. She just takes herself out of the situation. So really, it's a great question for us today to ask, where does my mouth get me in trouble? And should I just go silent? Should I say nothing? And if someone asks your opinion at some point and they say, well, gee, what do you have to say? You can decide if you want to, or you can look and do what I've recently started to do and be like, nothing that I choose to share, because I feel that's more powerful. And then it leaves people wondering. It leaves people being like, holy cow, what's going on? And then maybe they start to question themselves and how they show up. But I truly believe that there's a power in the silence. So that's our thought for today. And I hope you guys have a blessed day. And I will see you tomorrow. Bye.